Hey everybody, I guess I didn't do a video of the beans, so let me start over. Hey, I'm going to show you guys how to rehydrate beans that have been at least 2 years out of date. I don't know when these beans are manufactured. They've been in my storage for a couple of years, so I don't know. But I went ahead and I soaked them overnight, and they were hard, so let me show you how to soften, dried beans. Now this will work much better with regular beans than just soy, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. It should, but let's get into it. Like I said, these are old beans, really old, and they're Best Buy 2020, so at least 2 years out of date, almost 3 years, because we're coming on the end of that. Or, about, whatever. They're old, don't know how long. Alright, let me go ahead and soak these and show you how it works out. Okay, the NCP I'm back. It's taking a little longer than I planned. Had some incidents. We're good now. Or inconveniences, not incidents. Okay, so these have been soaking for about 30 hours. It's overnight plus a little bit. Now, as you can see, I'm going to keep these separate. This is still too hard. Oops, see that shot out? That's way too hard still to use. Going back over here. These are just too hard. Oh man, look at that. These are way too hard. As you can see. So they're still too hard as I shot across the room. Way too hard. So unless you want to grind them up and make refried beans or bean flour, you can't just use old beans. Now, I forgot the age of these beans. I think they were Best Buy in 2019 or 2020 or something. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the beans and put them in the hot water. It's just hot water for the sake of convenience and time. But we're going to go ahead and get these in there. And what we're going to do is bring it up to boiling temperature again. So I'll just rapid boil here, and I'll be right back when they're up to boiling temperature. Alright, so we're coming up on a rolling boil. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. We want a rolling boil for 2 minutes. Okay?
2 minutes, starting now.
And what this will do, allegedly, is activate an enzyme in the beans. Or deactivate. I think activate. So we want a rolling boil for 2 minutes. Now, obviously, you should do things while time and fuel and knowledge, like internet, is still available. But if you think that bad things might happen, and all of a sudden you have these old beans put away and you can eat them, when society comes back, you're going to be funding your dentist because you broke all your teeth on the rocks. So this is just what you can do so you can use your preps, but refresh your beans. But otherwise, soaking and changing water is fine. But like I said, these are old, and they take time. You guys are literally watching a pot boil. Alright, so we're at it now. So now we're going to go ahead and turn off this. Turn off the heat. We're going to let it cool a bit. Now here's a neat trick. We're going to put in about 1 or 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Not baking powder, baking soda, which you can store easily. The older the beans, the more it might take, but this is fine. So let me go ahead and just put this in there. Yeah, that's about right. Oh crap. Woo, look at that. Saved by the bell. Okay, so that's about 2 tablespoons. And now we have a problem. Nice. We're going to let this cool off. We're going to let this overflow. I'm going to get in trouble from the wife. Okay. Stir that in. Now, mind you, I didn't add any seasoning or any salt. Generally, you season afterwards, and I think there was something about when you add salt to stuff like this, it makes it harder so they don't absorb water. But these we could have let soak for days. So we're just going to let that come to temperature or cool. We're going to put a lid on it once it cools. So let me just let this cool off and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to let this cool for about an hour, maybe 2. It doesn't matter. But at least an hour, from what I was taught by my mom, that it allows the water to be drawn up in the beans that would otherwise never soften. Now this may not be equal to canned beans, but it'll be pretty close. I mean, these other ones over here were basically peanuts. They're as hard as peanuts. So we'll let this set in an hour, and I'll be back. Okay, so here we are. Let me zoom in. This is the beans now. And you see a little different color. They're more boiled. They're a little bit lighter. So let's try one. Push on this real hard here. Oh, there we go. See that? See the difference? Here. Let's do one of these and one of these. Okay? Same beans. Well, as you can see, it just busted apart, but those are hard and these are good. Oh, and they're on the floor. But as you can see, well, here. You can just see that they're much softer. Now, I don't know if you can take and do this in a pressure canner or a crock pot. I was kind of worried about the enzymes because it's soybeans, so I didn't know how well they'd be, but these taste like, you know, like canned beans. Very soft. Very soft. So there you go. That's how you do it. Okay guys, there's NCP. You gotta do this while time and energy is plentiful. I'm gonna pack, keep forgetting, baking soda, a little pack of that when I put beans away for long-term storage. Now, you can soak for a long time, but there's some beans that just won't come back. They never get right, and this can help. So, just regular baking soda. Doesn't matter the brand. And all you gotta do is be able to boil water for about 2 minutes, and that's pretty much it. And yeah. So, you may not be able to take your stored beans and just eat them. You might have to grind them up and make them into flour, make bread with them. I mean, stuff like that you can do, but that's not what I wanted to do. Now, I got some other beans here, and I'm going to make a dinner with them. And that's pretty much what it is. So, if you have any questions, put the comments below. But this is how to soften old and eat old beans. Or before you saw just in water soaking them. There, I can't crush them. So it just comes apart, and they're like hard peanuts. So maybe you can soak them for more days. I don't know, but you have to wait to eat. And if there's a power outage or a natural disaster or ice storm or whatever, you can't wait. But all you have to do now is just get some water boiling and let it sit for 2 minutes, or 1 hour. Boil for 2 minutes, put the baking soda in. So basically bring it up to a rolling boil and add baking soda. Alright guys, NCP, sorry this video took too long. It was supposed to be out 2 days ago, but like I said, life came up and I had to deal with some broken trees around here that came down, so that had to be addressed first. So there you go. Have a good one, Ray. NCP out.